Okay, so in this session we're going to be looking at starting a new store from scratch that I'd like to add a brand of some sort in the future. I'm going to figure out who that is. But yeah, so this is more like just a store that allows people to sell either real world assets or NFTs or whatever they like, really. So let's jump in. So in this case, we're going to look at making a new, like completely new. So let's do 05. What's the date today? 12th. Let's go 12th. General store. We'll call that one for now. Is it the 12th? Nope, 13th. And then we need the template. And then we're going to name it. This is my usual approach. I'll sort of add a little tag at the end that sort of says what stage the asset is up to. I'm going to add a new folder here for assets, so when I start making things I can put everything in there. So that's that. Let's jump in. Sorry about the late start. Hey, I agree to your words of wisdom there. No idea what you're talking about. Alrighty, so we need Mona. There you go. Remove this one. Cool. And so the plan is everyone can put their stuff around this, and then it's done. Can move on. Just kidding. Yeah, I haven't really designed this store. I've been given sort of a mood board, which sort of which is mostly the Apple store, but there was a nice Nike store in Dubai that was pretty cool, but a lot of it just comes down to sort of being a big open space with certain types. But I've got my head around using more avatars in this one, so I have a store that I've been working on recently, and it was alright, and I'll probably use that for other things, but for this one I'm going to try and maybe be a little bit more general. Do I have Mischief? That would be really cool. No, I don't. Okay. Okay, let's try a different approach. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Cool. Let's go with black. Cool. Alrighty. Let's pull up our tablet so we can get into some ideas here. Alright, so we don't want it too big. Because then you have to find either a lot of products or a lot of different brands. So probably no bigger than this, even less. So let's say for now, let's sort of go maybe this size. Now the front door is here, and I'm not sure what I want to put outside. So in the last one I put a skybox, so it looked like it was in a pavilion. This one we could put on a Swedish is okay, as long as there's other Swedish people to talk to. Because I do not understand Swedish. So the front could be... Actually, I'm going to pull this over here so I can use it with my tablet, no problem. Okay. So idea one is we have a smaller door, and that would allow sort of stuff here and stuff here, but most stores, pretty much always, most stores have like all the way. So I think that's the best way that we'll do that. Now we probably want high-ish, like a high ceiling of sorts, to give the feeling of a lot of space. Probably make that a window as well. Then we need a logo of some sort there. So, and facing out, like we don't, like we could. This is the thing with the metaverse at the moment is, if you're creating for normal people, like normal people, you need and you're creating a real world object like a store. So you're not doing an art piece or anything. You do need to bring a lot of your space into reality, some sort. So it's kind of interesting how the digital world and the real world need to overlap a fair bit. As we get used to, or as we start designing for people who are very well versed in the metaverse, we'll start getting some really interesting or weird places. But for real world assets like a store or a library or a cinema or these sort of things, we actually need to keep to reality. So let's say we put on our window, we have this cool logo facing this way. Okay. And this would be 3D object, maybe some LEDs. We can worry about that. It depends on the brand as well, in regards to what kind of logo this might be. So when you see this, you can see it on the inside and it's all backwards, and that's kind of what we want, because that's how it works. Alright. So the next section, we'll put the other walls in. Play, stop. Alright, so let's continue with our space. Fantastic perspective. Okay. Now, what else do we want in our store? So speaking of which, maybe we want to do the supermarket, the mall. That's the one. So we're going to sort of keep going straight up. And then we're going to create other stores here. Maybe smaller, maybe bigger. Maybe we could portal to those. And then in here, maybe we could add some cool seating. Could be round, could be whatever. So that could work. Madama. Store mat. So many options. Okay. Now, the first store I would like to make is actually a storefront for clothes. And a big move that I'm moving with this one is I would like to have avatars that show the assets on them. So it's probably a big thing that I would like. The other question is, how do we show clothes in the metaverse? So we can't have them lined up like a normal store, because then you don't see them, and you can't pull them out and do any of that sort of stuff. So one approach that I've looked at is sort of like having, well, in the last store I sort of had a frame, and that had a light sort of grid like that, and then you would put your assets. So you would put a t-shirt there, or like a hoodie. It's a weird hoodie, and things like that. So when you walk past it, you could have a look at the clothes. And I also had like a short asset like this, where you could put what looked like folded clothes in each category, so it looked the part, but above you could put, like, hang once again a t-shirt up there. Now, but I don't mind this for adding a storefront. So I'm gonna delete that and have a look at sort of maybe creating that. There we go. We could put like half a avatar. My avatar work needs some work. Now, one idea I have for avatars in the metaverse is, like, one, they can float, so I could have some cool sort of, but I also want them to glow. So this could actually all be emissive, and then you have the t-shirt. I think that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, got some interesting ideas for avatar types. So you have like a t-shirt and some pants, and some shoes, but they are emissive. I think that'd be cool. And floating and stuff like that. So yeah, so these are the ideas I'm working with for assets around the space. Now the thing is, we don't need a cashier because we don't need a cashier. Like each asset, you're going to click on it and it'll open up a link, And eventually it'd be cool if we could like just do it in browser. So like open up a website in Mona rather than go to a separate one. And then create that whole utility, which would be really cool. So an A-frame, I think it's called. So yeah, a web browser in Mona that we could put things in would keep everything in the metaverse rather than sort of jumping between. That said, both are fine. I think it's kind of cool. I might keep this. How about if I have objects that are like long and tall, and it's a frame of some sort. There's kind of nothing there, but it has the t-shirt. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, that would look kind of metaversey. And we could do different assets, so it could be like an iPhone, so we can make it an iStore. But we could do like hoodies or pants like very easily. It would be easy to see, which would be good. Yeah, I don't mind this one. So this will. Let's undo that. Let's do black. So this is good. I don't mind this. This is cool, and this. This one like looks okay, but I don't think I liked it as much as I wanted to. So there's that. Camera render target. Which one's that one? Because the only reflection I've seen you could do is the reflection probe that updates every second. We don't have the camera render target, do we? That's not something we can do as yet. Okay, so we've got those three. So let's... the other thing I want to do is the roof, and I want to do some sort of cool curved... thing. So you sort of have this sort of effect where you have a lot of different lines, but it creates this sort of like wave effect. So these ones are sort of upper, but then it sort of goes down, and then these become the direction. So probably have it sort of straightish there maybe, and then that goes across the ceiling, which will be pretty big, so I don't know if it's going to work. So something to this effect where you sort of have curved objects creating this sort of like wave effect would be kind of cool for a ceiling. I like this deal. This is fun. What else? We could probably put something in the middle. I think something needs to go here. Not sure what it is. So maybe seating for people who are not shopping that may or may not exist. Or like a pond of water, because that'd be kind of fun. So some sort of what would you call it? Relaxing environment object to allow people to just sit down and appreciate the environment. That'd be kind of cool. I'd like to tie it with the ceiling as well. So people can sit up there. That'd be cool. So I don't know what, like maybe, water. Like kind of a waterfall. That'd be interesting. And then have all of the assets around. Maybe. Question mark on that one. The render target. I haven't looked into that one. Is that... Did Xcopy do that? Because some people were talking about how they had that going. I could definitely look into it. Okay. I'll check it out. I would like that. Like, say if we had sort of like a mirror here. Here. And here. Would be kind of cool. Now the other thing we want to do is create sort of like a really cool wall environment. So I'm not sure. I kind of want to use canvases for that. So I'd like video, but like it would be a lot of video. So I'm not like that would take a lot of rendering and downloads, which probably shouldn't do. So we need some sort of cool wall visual. Not sure. You can't add GIFs. GIFs are not supported in Mona. You could do flipbook and stuff. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, if I did a flipbook, that would be kind of cool. A GIF is a very specific type of format, which I don't think Mona supports. So, yes, you can 100% do animated textures, but GIFs not so much. Unless Mona just accepts GIFs. I haven't actually checked that. Yeah. So it accepts the GIF format as a thing? Probably does, actually. Yeah. If there's Sprite, then that's a new thing. So you could do that with a PNG or a JPEG as well, I think. Turn it into a Sprite, and then you can do cool stuff with that. So one approach to the wall could be like a big grid that goes over the mirror. And this is basically a flipbook of different effects sort of thing. So it looks kind of... which would be more interesting. So I did this on one of my spaces. So this is an LED screen. The whole thing is an LED screen. And sort of scrolls the texture, whatever the texture might be. So I could have... that way, if it's not a canvas though. That's annoying. But we could have it so like this texture sort of goes that way and that way and that way, so it looks like this have this whole looping thing, which would be kind of cool. Or it meets in the middle, things like that. So yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be a good LED effect with some mirrors, so people can probably maybe bigger or more. So we put like one there and one there. The thing is, we can't try and close, so the mirror doesn't actually do much. 3D wall. Yeah, I could do that. I have a 3D wall in my apartment, and it looks cool. Maybe combine the two, so sort of do a 3D effect and then have lights under it and stuff. The thing is also, like, because I don't know what the brand is, we actually need to play it a bit more safe. So a big, huge LED screen might be a bit too techy. As cool as it would be. So, yeah, it's a tricky one. We could just do, like, canvases, like raised forward canvases, and that would allow a vendor to sort of add images of their assets that they would like to put. Actually, that makes most sense, to be honest. I can't think too good. I have to keep it very generic. And then sort of like just a white wall behind it, or a dark wall, for example. And between each one, we could have a mirror. If we get the ability to try the clothes on, there's that. The other option is I put mannequins with clothes sort of around the walls. That'd be kind of cool as well. I don't mind this. I think this could be good, like really long, high canvases. Could even put some up here, flying, climbing. You could do some really cool stuff with mannequins. That glow, because yeah, this is this idea here. Okay, so I think yeah, this is kind of what we want. I think. Ta-da, and maybe a bit of that. And if I have this sort of fountain in the middle, we could sort of put the curves across here and maybe here, and leave a gap here and here. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. I should screen grab that. Because that's pretty good, and I don't want to just delete it. Is this going to work? Because that does the oops, nope. This one. Actually, let's just get this. Alright. We have our mission, we have our plan, we have our brief, we have all of that, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to grab the screen. There we go. Ah! Not cool. We want to save that. Let's put this in assets. Reference. Mockup. Note 1. Save. Okay, cool. Done. We can clear that and get into it. Now, what was it? So we don't need the portal. The portal we can get rid of for the moment. The floor I can sort of remove. I might just get rid of these ones. Actually, let's just leave it white, I think. Get rid of that and get rid of that. I should have just used a different material. Undo! Start again. Okay. Get rid of that. We need new material. Create. Plastic. White. Maybe a little bit of gray. just a little. And up on the plastic, it's about 9. And then we can drag and drop that. Excellent. Actually, no, let's keep it matte. That's all we want to do. All right, cool. Now we have our spawn point. Let's block out. Yeah, let's block out some walls. Now, the reason I'm making the walls in here is because I don't think... I don't think the plane in Unity can be second UV'd. So, basically we're going to make... just a grid. And that's pretty much it. Control A, all transforms, so the thing is on the point. And UVs looks like that, which we I guess that's fine. Because it's just going to be a tile, so as long as it's all good, should be fine. What do we got? Actually, no. We are going to... because the edges are different. So I'm going to, on Smart UV, project that. And then it looks like that, which is what we want. So yeah, transforming objects will make that difference, which is kind of a big difference. So let's do that. Builds, general store, assets, models. Flat, just flat. Because it's not animated, I will apply the transform here. Don't need to, but I do, just to increase the chances that the scale is correct. Now, in our assets, I'm going to rename this because I don't want to delete it. I'm going to add an object. This is walls. And I'm going to drop that in. Let's go. Now the size is tricky because let's see just how big that is. Let's see. I'm going to use this one. So this tool allows you to actually just drag it in a direction, and if you hold down Control, it'll actually snap to sort of where you're going with it. So that's really cool. Let's see, 2 meters. No, I said a high ceiling, right? So let's do maybe 3 or 2.5. Maybe 2.5. Let's square that up. Now it needs to actually be a little bit higher because reasons, but yeah. Okay. Now that all is all windows, so we need to duplicate that. Actually, I'm going to make this a prefab. So if we change this, everything will change. And then we can duplicate it. Okay. Now, with our object, we actually want to make sure that the generate light map UVs is on. And I'm also going to set that to static and then apply that. So all of these are now static because prefabs rock. Now the front. How big is this? 2.5 by 10. Okay. Let's do that. Let's duplicate that. Shifty. Layout. Click. Shifty. Why aren't you working? There we go. And this can be front, just front. Frame. That'll do. Okay, now in this, because we have our things that we want, so we need 0.2, which is good. 10, yes, and 2.5. Done. Let's get rid of that wall. I don't think it needs to be 2. 1, yep. Okay. Okay, so let's make a cool frame. Tab for edit mode. Nope. Control R for this. So we want one in the middle. Nope. One in the middle. Add it. We're going to add 2. And then we're going to scale that. SZ. And I was going to do another one, but that's not what we want. We actually want just one. And move that down to there. Cool. Let's do the same. It's less snappy. So let's say there. This is going to be harder. Let's just put it there. And we can actually put it here. So 0.9. Nope. 0.99. Cool. Minus 0.99. Cool. 1.99. Not. Nope. 1.9. Nope. 1.95. Seven. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So we have a base frame. Now that is. Now we need our avatar for scale. So let's import that guy. He's an FBX. He's on our Mona builds general store assets, Mona assets, materials. Yep, avatar. Models, avatar. There we go. Thinking about it. Okay. Really? Is that how big he is? Yep, nope, he's the correct size. So this is not correct in any way. Why is that so much bigger but the... interesting. It's times 10 the scale is what it was. So if it was 1, okay. I kind of messed that up. Got it. Okay. So, on that, if you're making a wall, make sure that an object that you are going to scale, make sure that it is actually 1 by 1. And let's go 0.1. And then we can scale that out again. Control A, because it transforms. And then this one. Now everything is going to be slightly wrong. Where did they go? Missing mesh. Okay. I think I can actually do that here. So I'm going to jump in here. The missing mesh. And that is this one. So that fixes that problem. If this is missing, if this is missing, if this is missing, you can drag the mesh, not the model, but the mesh into that asset, and that should clean that up. So it is possible. And this is an example of why that was all weird. So this was 10 times that. So if that's the case, this should actually be 25. No, 20. Yeah, this is what we want. 20 and 20. 2.5, is that? No, we actually want 3.5. Let's apply all, so it goes there. Alright. Much better. So, we have to resize this object. So, I was going to say that was a bit weird. Okay, cool. Back in action. And then... Cool. Is this rigged? Did that? No. Okay. Weird. Not too sure. Anyway. Alrighty. Now we want these two to be maybe 2. About there. And let's add a bunch of these. So yeah, that's alright. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Now we want to bevel these, so it adds a little bit. And then we can say exactly how much. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Now, the next thing we want to do is actually remove these. Now, I'm hoping that the tool I'm going to use will allow this. Nope. 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 So in some cases, this actually works really well, but not today. So if I do 1... Well, it used to work. Ah, hang on. Nope, that didn't work either. Hang on. I want to try a thing. There's a thing I found out that actually just joins these, but I keep forgetting how to do it. Yeah, that's the one. So I could do that. See if it works with 2. See, it kind of works, but also kind of doesn't. Okay. Is there a faster way to do this? Let's find out. Let's cheat. Well, not cheat. Trial and error. Figured it out. Cool. Now let's see if it works with multiple. No. Okay, so that's the problem there. Bridge edge loops. Now I could use Shift R and it will do whatever I last did. So that's a bit faster for that sort of stuff as well. Do. And it should make short work of this. Yeah. Cool. All right, that's a start. We will no doubt redesign this as we go, but for now this will do fine. FX. Let's do front frame. Let's just call it front frame. That'll do. And put this, get rid of that one. Make sure the generate light maps UVs is on when we get to that, and then drag and drop. Cool. Now this one we're going to create a new metal and just call it dark gray. Dark gray metals are dark gray. We also need smoothness up to about maybe 0.8. And this is 1. Now, metal is usually noughts and ones. I do mess about with them a fair bit, but usually metallic should be on or off. So keep that in mind. Now, this is going to be one object, so I don't actually need to make a thing. Is the correct word. We also need a roof. Now, we actually don't need the back wall. We could actually get rid of that. And we might do that, actually. Because if it's one-sided, then it's much easier to edit. So I could see in the space. So I'm actually going to do that with our wall. And I bet you I delete the wrong one. This is gonna suck. I actually want it just to sort of get that wall effect. I haven't changed, yeah, so I'm just gonna export that, flat. And there you go. So it depends on the thing. So some of them work, some of them don't, which is fine. So in this case, we're going to rotate this one and rotate this one. So we can see inside, but yeah, so that's really cool. I'm also going to do this on the ceiling. So I'm going to duplicate one of these. Roof. Nope. I'm going to unpack it first, because this is a unique item. Ceiling is the word I want. And then we can move that across. Make sure it overlaps. And once again, we have a ceiling, but we don't have, we can see it. Also, like, I don't select it on this side. So that's quite useful for the activities that we're going to continue with. So we have that. Let's get a feel for the space. I'm gonna add some colliders, actually, just quickly. In this case, we can just make very simple boxes. So colliders, walls, space. Let's just do space. Box collider. Okay. Up. Flatten. Cool. Is that on the wall? Sometimes I find to go to wireframe sometimes helps, but yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Cool. Now, usually what I'll do is I'll copy this one, I'll paste this one, and then I can easily move one of them. Sometimes you'll grab the wrong one, that's a bit of an annoying thing, but yeah. So sometimes you'll stop there because you selected the first one, but that's fine. For now, I'm just going to paste another one and move this one down. Now this is on the line, like so. And now this one is closer to what we want to do with the next one, so we can do that as well. Right. The floor has, I think the floor has one. It does. So we don't have to worry about that. And one more for the ceiling. Any of these is fine. Yeah, I'm just going to put one on here. And then it'll do that neatly. So all flying people can't get out, and they're stuck in there forever. Okay, so we have our colliders. We don't have lighting. We don't need it. Note how this doesn't cast a shadow because the light is coming from here. And if it's see-through, that doesn't cast a shadow. So if I wanted a shadow in the space, I would do that. Now, I kind of want the directional. I want the nope. Yep. I want the character to have shadows. So I'm going to go straight down, and then everything else is going to be normal lights. So for now, I'm going to duplicate that. This one is going to be real time at 0.4. This one is going to be, for now, real time at 0.6. No, 0.6. So we have our base light. Actually, might reduce that one. So maybe 0.2 and 0.6. Okay. So we should cast a shadow. I might play with layers on this one in the future. So I just have the shadow on the floor, and that's it. Everything else can be just baked light. That could work quite well. All right. So we can save our space, and we can check the scale out, see if it feels good. If anyone has any questions, of course, feel free to ask. How big is it? 140. What? That's not right. What? Okay, weird. Like, there's no lights, but still. Sounds pretty good. It's not too small. It's a little small. Maybe. But, like, as a one-off store, this is actually pretty good. Might walk around everywhere. Why doesn't the lighting work? That's interesting. Maybe a bit bigger. Like 25. And the resolution... Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, let's give it a shot. We can embiggen it later. Why? Why is it 140k? That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna delete that. Why didn't the lighting work? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I'll have to figure that out later. But yeah, interesting. Okay. So space is alright. Now, we want... What do we want? I'm going to have to pull up my reference sheet. Let's see. Okay. So, these things. I kind of want these. I think that'll add a lot of life to the space. So let's add them, shall we? And those are canvases. Canvases are really good because then people will be able to like update the assets eventually. So that'll be kind of cool. Alright. Now, let's see. So I'm going to unpack that so I can edit it without any issues. And I'm going to scale this one with this. There. So it's 2 meters. I feel like long and thin is cool. I could be wrong. Nope. Actually, let's grab that one. No, it doesn't work. Ah. Although we do want it in the center as well, so maybe that's why. So let's put that there. And then if we do that, there we go. All right, that's kind of cool. I actually want these forward. And I'll put some Like, the question is, do I want it on the floor? Do I want it, like, raised forward a bit? Do I want less so I can have more avatars? Yes, I think we do. So let's get rid of that one and that one. Yep. No, wrong one. All right. Can work with that. Let's duplicate that. And put them over here. Ah, they're all okay. Right, and that again. Alrighty. Do we make them unlit so they're kind of... I like the idea of these being screens, but once again that goes into the sort of tech side of things, when in fact I actually want more poster. We'll leave them for now. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we have our canvases. Next up, what was there? You could put the logo. We should put the window in, actually. So let's do that. Now that one, because we're not going to canvas that one, we can just make this a plane. No, let's grab one of these, I suppose. Unpack it, because it's going to be different. And then rotate that. Alright, with that we need a new material. So let's go, just create new glass. Okay, first thing we need transparent, because we want this included in the materials. We want a little bit of blue. Maybe sort of a darker blue. No, happy blue. Yep. The alphas maybe there. Sure. Smoothness is very high, maybe 0.8, because we don't want the reflection map to be too complicated. Probably metallic. And let's drag and drop there. All right. We'll see how that goes in a sec. I'm going to put a reflection probe in there, because that's kind of important for glass anyway. So we need light reflection probe. For now, we're just going to stick with one. So make sure that the center is in the center. And then it includes all of the objects you're aiming for. Cool. Now the catch with this though is the reflection probe will not update the canvases. So, now this comes down to if it's minted or not. So for the moment, let's just leave them off and put all of the objects in here on. So the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and the frame. Okay. So let's bake that and see what happens. Go. So we have our asset here, and when you look at it real close, go up. Oh, there it is. It's very dark. I don't know why it's so dark though. I guess so. None of the walls are getting lit because these are all directly down. So that explains that. It also took a while to do that because I haven't edited any of these, and yeah, it's quite a lot. So let's get into that, I guess. So now we can get some quick light information in the stream, so that's cool. Yeah, we'll keep it there. So progressive CPU. For now, I'm going to reduce all of these to half. 256. We can increase them later. Filtering, leave that at auto. Resolution's fine. I'm going to bump that up to 2048. Compressed light map, yes, we want ambient occlusion. Non-directional is faster, but bidirectional I think is faster, is better. So we'll add that later, and of course that. So I still not sure which one is best. Sometimes I'll use bake direct, indirect. Sometimes I'll use shadow mask. Yeah, I'll need to do some like proper tests and just sit down with a white space and see what happens. I do plan on making one of those eventually, so that'll be good for that. Now, lighting, we need a bit more to work with. So let's get rid of that one. I want to keep that one. And let's add spotlights or point lights. Let's do point lights, I guess. Okay. Now, this, because I'm going to put a lot of these, because I'm going to put a lot of these, and these are all the same light, I'm actually going to make this a prefab. Ceiling light. And that way, every time I edit each one, like I can put an asset in it, I can put the light in it, I can do all sorts of things. They will all update. So if I go, for example, baked, for the moment, I'm going to keep this pretty simple. So I'm going to go back. And then... No, I want top. Okay. Sort of there. And another one at the bottom. So let's grab both of those, move them down. Then move it up. Move them across. Now you note that sometimes they'll go off. This is an importance thing, so I can go render mode, important or not important, if I want to update that. And that will do that. So, yeah. But as this is baked, that's fine. So we'll go with that for the now. Not sure why the glass is not showing. Let's have a look at the material one more time. It is transparent. Let's go cut out. Fade. Transparent. Doesn't like that one. Why doesn't it like that one? Interesting. Let's do fade for now. Let's see what happens. Okay. Alrighty. Now, usually most floors are kind of shiny. So let's push this up a bit to maybe 0.6. Metallic will leave at 7. That kind of shiny effect. Which looks good. What's this made of? Default material. We want that to be plastic white as well. And then if we go override, all of them else will be. The ceiling we probably kind of we do. Yep. Right. Save. Now I'm going to do normal maps and all that sort of stuff later, but I just want to get a vibe for assets and whatnot. So let's go lighting and generate lighting. That's a long time. Done. All right. So now we're talking. Kind of want this to be transparent. Why isn't that working? Could be anything. I'll restart it. Now this is interesting. Is this a... What's the asset? Just a quad. Yeah, I might actually grab the ceiling and put that on the floor as well. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's give this a shot. Ooh. Ah. Thank you, Q&A. So I got some naming to do. All of these will be the same. So let's change that. Now I should actually name them in order. So I might rearrange these a bit actually. Okay, hang on. Yeah. So you always want like the canvases to be super easy to name, because the owner doesn't necessarily know where or how you've named it. So I'm going to put these in the middle, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's what we want. So I'm going to rename all of these. just so this makes it a lot easier. I don't really need to do this now, apart from the naming thing, like of the canvases themselves. But yeah, I'll just get it out of the way now, and then I don't have to worry about it moving forward. So that's a 10. 12. And then we're going to basically name them with that same. So in essence, that actually has helped with the naming, so that's good. What else do we have? 1. Yep, cool. 2. Eventually I'm going to add this as like marketing or like billboard 1, 2, 3, 4, but for now, this will be fine. Oops, nope, 10. Okay, QA again, no issues. Playground. Now, because I've added light maps, it's going to add so much. Yeah, the window's weird. I have to figure out what's going on there. Alright, so the ceiling's a little bit too low, so you don't see the group there. That's fine. I don't know, for 10 meg, it's not bad. And there does seem to be no shadow. Oh no, shadow's there. It's just too bright in the middle. So the actual edge shadow here, this is kind of where I want it to be. So we're gonna have to adjust the lighting accordingly. But yeah, quite a nice space for 10 meg. The edge is a bit too, we need those to be a little bit further out as well, so we'll do that. I think that low bar is a bit low, so we're going to put that up a bit more, I think. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so what were the summon changes there? We need walls to be slightly further away. So let's put that as 5. I'm assuming this side is the same. That could be a 5. Yep. We need the ceiling to go higher. Yep, that's good. I'm kind of leaning towards the canvases being a little bit smaller than the roof and the floor, and have sort of like a raised area. So like I'll look into that as well. Now these ones need to be lower. So the range, intensity, and then we go override apply all, and that should be reduced significantly. What I'll probably end up doing actually is putting these here, and there's one more line. So I'm going to actually get rid of those, add and see how this goes. So, yeah. We'll do a bake of that soon. What was the other issue we need to do? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna set that as fade for now because solid just annoys me. But I'm assuming it's just a restart of Unity, which I want to do. So, yeah. I'm gonna get all of the canvases. Now this has to be the main object because we're gonna scale a bit. So I'm going to see if we can grab them all. And scale. Yeah, that seems a bit better. So I'll keep that. Cool. What else do we need to do? For the baseline, I think that's kind of it. We've got to put our seats out here. Maybe another space over here. Do we want round things or... Okay. Yeah, I feel like I need to bake it. So, unfortunately, that said, I might reduce some of these. So that shouldn't be 56 at all. That should be maybe 64. Let's put even these further down. Yeah, that should be good. Let's go bake direct and see if that's faster. This is taking longer. Okay, done. Lighting is much better. A little fade there. It's not too bad. If I move them across, that'll be probably all good. Yeah, alright. Cool. Now I want to get rid of this because this floor is going to be taking a lot of the baked light, for example. So if you look at that, like there's a lot of wasted space. So we actually want to remove that. This one's also a lot of wasted space, and I would adjust that later. That said, I can tell that that light row is not where I want it to be, so that's cool. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the floor, and I'm going to grab the ceiling, duplicate that. And rotate that. And move it down. Now I do want to make sure that... Actually, no, that's pretty much exactly it. So that's static. So that's going to be a little bit better with the light map. Now, those lights, we need these ones. No, these ones, sorry. To be a little further up. And therefore, all of them slightly down. Okay, cool. So I think we're good on that. Yeah, you can see a little bit of overlap. Is it? No, it's good, I think. Ah, no, it is low. So let's straighten that up so we can see where it is. Yeah, that's not great at all. So our spawn point let's make it a little bit higher so we don't have to worry about that. There we go. Okay. Alright, notice how it's a little bit yellow. That's because of the lighting, not because of the material. So there's that as well. Okay, I'm gonna bake this again because I just want to see that all done properly. With this especially. And then I can keep working on the chair in Blender as that does that. So yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, so volume should work again. I don't like talking with the baking for reasons. Just making the outdoor chair just to add a bit of flavor to the space, I guess. I can mark sharp. So when I put this on, keep sharp, and I also need to put the normals auto smooth on. Make sure that is shade smooth. Cool. So that's smooth. Why isn't that? Why? Well, it'll do for now. I am going to actually get rid of all of the vertices at the bottom because we don't need it. And it's a lot of polygons, so get rid of that. Cool. Alright, that'll do for now. Export. FBX. Seating. Outdoor. We'll go with that. And see how that looks in the world. So we can get rid of the lights now, because that's good. Walls done. Let's create a folder for the probes. I'll be adding light probes eventually. Let's create another one called furniture. We can get rid of these now. And here we want our model, which is seating outdoor. It's really small. Is that really small? Nope, it's really accurate. That will be a prefab as well. Let's just make a couple of these. Put that there. Now the thing we do want, possibly, is yeah, let's grab that and then put this out here, just to sort of start building that sort of concept out here. Let's grab this as well, and this, duplicate that. Same way, we want that to be a mirror. That needs to be a bit closer, maybe there. For now. Alright. Now we actually need this to be longer. So what I'm going to try and do is actually see how far it needs to go before I can't see here. So I'm assuming 2 is not going to be it. Well, let's go 3. Let's see if that works. For now, I'm not going to make these at all light mapped because that will add to the time. So let's make a new asset. And call it the mall. Cool, no statics. Excellent. So we can make this one. Yeah, we'll leave that as. Alright, cool. So we have our space, we have our little seated areas. We make them a bit longer. Cool. And then we have our space. Now, what else can we work on? I like the frame idea for clothes, so I'm going to make one of those. So I'm going to rename that one, actually. This could be... Now, when you rename meshes and then import it, it's going to break things because the mesh name is different. So if I name this, so let's go seating curved. And if I save that out again, as an example, and go export, they will break. Now, if I go to the asset, and can look at these objects, but and this, so we got seating curved, which is what we want, and they'll come back. So that's the main issue when you're renaming your assets in your file, because yes, it will lose the name, but pretty easy to fix, and everything else will be the same. So now that asset doesn't have a material. Well, maybe it does. Usually would come up here, so I could very easily just add a material. So let's go, I don't know, seating curved, and then export that again. And you'll see that it has a material. So if I make a material, let's say we put it on there, that will update. Now these ones won't because these are already in the space. So I need to make sure that, so it has the default. So because this is a prefab, if I drag this onto it, like so, and then go override Matai, that will apply that. So there's ways around it. There are certain ways that it does things, so when it doesn't do it like that way, yeah, you have that. Now, I want to make sure that this window is not static. I think Unity doesn't do so well with that, although I could do a test. We'll see. And in doing so, this kind of has to be static, just to get that light on that. But I could probably, yeah, these need to be static as well. So that's going to add a bit to the assets, the light map, but that's fine, I guess. All right. So yeah, what we're going to make is a quick. The last thing we're going to do this session is make what do we got? Seating. So I'm just going to put those in there just so, where is it there? Just so I have access to that easily. We want a box. 2's pretty good. We want it to be sort of 1-ish. Like there. And nope, that way. Like so. So that's 2. One. Yep, that's kind of what we want. Edit with tab. These two, we're going to scale this, inset this. Now this is another example of transforms. So because we've transformed it, but we haven't actually applied those transforms, the scales are off. So I'm going to go back to object mode, Control A, all transforms. Grab these again, and as you can see, the scale is much better. We want this to be maybe 0.05 exactly. Cool. And then bridge edge loops. There we go. Now I'm kind of tempted to put glass in there. But no, because we want the object like right in the middle. So kind of hanging in space, which would be kind of cool. So that's it. So control all are gone. We don't need to flatten it. So that's pretty much it. The UV though. We do want that to be good. So let's grab all of that. Smart UV project. So everything is the same size. So I've got that. Now this doesn't have to be in a 1-1 because we're not going to really do any normal maps or anything. We're just going to have a tileable and making sure that everything is the same when we create that texture. So that's fine. Export. What could this one be called? Presentation frame. Or just frame. And then for clothes, sure. Okay. Mall. Actually, those seats are in the mall, so I'm going to actually put that in there. For now. Walls are done. Okay, now we have our, what did I call it? Frame clothes. There we go. We actually want that to be metal though. So I'm going to drag that. There is no, I didn't add a metal, so let's do that. New. Metal. Dark gray. I'm actually going to color this one to represent what we're going for. You can't see it until you go to a higher thing, so there's that. So when we export that, we have our material, which means we can drag that in there. Apply. Nice and shiny. And then we can drag and drop. Yeah, it's above the line. Not sure why Unity sometimes put it down, but ooh, we could have them floating. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, let's have them floating. Why not? Right, so once again we're going to name these. We're going to put one here, maybe up against the wall. Maybe these ones we kind of put in the middle. That'd be kind of cool. We're going to make this a prefab, so if we ever update any of them, that'll be fine. I'm going to put a small 1 after it, so when we number it, I'm not a fan of the zeros, like the nothing, so I'm going to add that. Duplicate that, rotate them. Put the end there. Cool. And I'm gonna grab these two because we're just going to do these. Now, I could just do that, but I'm actually going to rotate them because if there is anything that we do on these, I would kind of want it to like be correct, I guess. So we've got that. Okay. I feel like doing something cool here. Could have something to do with the waterfall if I do that, so that's kind of cool. Could have like avatars with the t-shirts climbing out of the walls. That'd be kind of cool as well. Yeah, lots of options. Alright. I guess these are actually part of the wall. Yeah. And let's add some more, I guess. So I'm going to just duplicate that and then put this in the base furniture. There. So these two I can move forward. So kind of to the middle of that one. Maybe? No, let's do the middle of that one. That'd be cool. I don't think we want those two actually, because we're going to just do... Yeah. And these two can go there. What we actually want though is another one. Get rid of those because we want these three. Like so. In the middle there. In the middle there. Okay, and then in each one we could have like a shirt or some pants or something. That'd be kind of cool. Could even have them rotating. That'd be interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Good place to start, either way. Okay. On that though, I think I'm going to wrap this session up. So let's do... Yeah, let's do a bake. And then a playground test and see how we're going. Now these are going to be lit, so these need sort of shadows and stuff. These ones also will need to be. They're already done because I did the prefab, so that works. Okay. So let's do a bake and then a playground, and then I'll be wrapping up. Cool. 1? Ah, nice. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's give this a shot. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Alright, let's give it a shot. How big is it? 6 meg. Do I have a shadow? I do. Very subtle though. Kind of makes a difference though. Ah, we'll have to fix that. So the floor's got to go down. Everything else seems good though. Yep, cool. Can't go out. Ah, I can see it. Okay, that's gonna be a thing. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to fake that. It could be. I could do a skybox. I'd have to render my own skybox. I have to talk to Triple because he does that, and it's really good. So Blender can. What do you call it? Blender can render skyboxes, I think. You just have to do it right, so I might look into that. Ooh, I'll have to make these colliders. But I kinda like it, actually. So if I have a t-shirt in there and click on it, that'd be kinda cool. Yeah. 6 meg. 6 meg. That's crazy. Like this, the light mapping isn't bad at all. Like this is actually not. Yeah, it's really quite interesting. Alright. So I'm gonna fix that one thing up so I don't forget it. But other than that, I think we're good for our first session of store. Maybe I'll make the ceiling a bit higher too. Yeah, a little higher. Another 0.5 perhaps. Yeah. So let's do that just quickly. Get rid of that so it updates next time I do it. Let's see. So we need the floor to go slightly down. But not too slightly. That's good. We also want the ceiling to go, and probably the lights. We'll worry about the lights in a sec. So let's go 1, 2, 3, maybe? How high is that? Yeah, cool. That doesn't matter. All right, so that's what? Why? Okay, that can be 0. Cool. We need to increase the size of everything. Let's see if this works. 2, good. We need our canvases. I'm gonna have to grab the canvas itself. This one, this one, this one. Once again, 1, 2, 3. That's what we want. Cool. And we're gonna have to edit this one. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Although, no, I think... Yeah, I'm gonna do that correctly. So let's do it. It'll take 5 seconds. So, front frame. Now we do want that to be higher anyway, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Give that a shot. All transforms just in case. Because I started, these are gone, so export. Neil. A little bit more. Yeah, let's do both. I believe. So close. One more. GZ control. Control? No. Yes, control. Ah, that one. Okay. There we we go. Now, we actually kind of need to put that up slightly. Actually, no. Let's put that down slightly. No. For this one, I'm just going to scale. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do it properly. To there. Cool. That can move down slightly. Same with these three, I guess. Yep. And this need to be increased to so. Alright. So, one more bake and then we're good to go, I think. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, kind of interested to see what the reflection probe looks like as well. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, cool. Alright, let's jump in. Yep, 6 meg. A little short of the 180 meg max. I'm going to 6 something, yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. The thing is also, like, we could do all this really cool color in here, and then outside have, like, space that is white. So, like, everything in here is really cool and colorful, and everything out there is kind of not. And that would kind of make this cool sort of separated, this is where we are. So I kind of like the idea of that. I'm wondering if the seating thing is actually going to be, like, too much. Like, there's not much room in here, so yeah. Well, I might add things and see how it goes with that. Okay. Alrighty, so that is our session for today. We basically have a 6 meg Mona Space that looks pretty good. And with the canvases, like those would actually make it look really quite good. So let's get rid of the UI. Let's go full screen actually, F11. And then we basically have a pretty good overall experience with that. So that's fun. Okay, cool. We need talking because that'd be cool. So yeah, that's the session for today. Basically looking at a general store. We're going to be sort of adding over the next week, or maybe at the next session, I'll be looking at adding some clothes and some other assets before we start doing the sort of the feature sort of thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with that. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching, and happy building. See you.